This is One on One. Coming up, my colleague Joanna Gagis talks with an inspiring cancer survivor who has made it his mission to help others looking for hope.
I'm joined right now by an amazingly inspirational man named David Caldarella, who's the founder and executive director of David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation. But, and I don't know if I'd say more importantly, but equally important, you are a cancer survivor.
I am. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Tell us your story and how this foundation began.
So in March of 2010, I was out with a friend having some dinner, and by the time I got home, I had some trouble swallowing. Within 36 hours, I noticed a lump on the right side of my neck that quickly. And within 3 weeks, I was diagnosed with stage 4 head and neck cancer.
Came out of the blue. No sign of it earlier, and it literally just grew that quickly. That quickly.
I literally ran a 10K 2 weeks before that, my best time yet, and a month later, heard the bad news from the doctors.
What was that process like for you in battling the cancer?
It was I think it happened so rapidly that I didn't have time to kind of mull it over and think about it, because once I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, I had a PET scan to make sure it hadn't spread to the rest of my body. Then I was in another surgeon's office the next day, thinking about a treatment plan. So it happened so quickly, and then a week after that, I had another surgery. I just didn't have time, so it was immediate right into the treatment.
David, you say you didn't have time, but yet in the middle of all of this, you decide to start a foundation that gives back to others.
Right.
Explain how, in the middle of battling your own crisis, you have the wherewithal to give back to others, to think about others.
So I think going through it, my family and friends were unbelievable, so supportive. I couldn't ask for more. The thing that struck me were strangers coming to my aid, sending cards, talking to my parents, how's David doing? Does he need anything? Do you need anything? And I think that's what struck me. And
was that you felt that you had a support network around you?
Correct. And I felt like others going through this, some of them don't have that. And it'd be nice to create something for patients directly that would help them when they're diagnosed with cancer as well.
Help them in what way? What did you hope, and what does your foundation now work to do for others who are battling cancer in the same way?
So we created the foundation to help patients with initially medical bills, co-pays, hospital bills, doctor bills.
How devastating can the financial impact of cancer be?
Huge. And my own story is part of that, a perfect example. When I was going through all the treatments and the physical part of it, I had lost 65 pounds, and things were just so bad. The emotional is just as bad. 3 months after I received my cancer-free verdict from the doctors, I was sitting in an attorney's office filing for bankruptcy.
Wow.
So financially, it can be devastating. And I recognize that, and there's a lot of foundations that give to research, and I'm an example of that as well. I wouldn't be here. One of the surgeries, I was only the 10th patient for my doctor to have a specific surgery. So I know there's a great need for that. But the patients need help too. And it's not just medical. We provide financial assistance for rent, mortgage, because sometimes the husband or the wife is taking off for the spouse to help them take them to treatment, sit with them at treatment, so their work falls behind. Utility bills, transportation to and from.
Rent, mortgage payments.
Mortgage payments.
How do you raise the money?
We raise the money with events, and the community in South Jersey, Long Beach Island, Manahawkin have just embraced the foundation, local businesses, and really without them, we set out initially to help 1 or 2 patients. And within 4 years, we've helped 325 families.
In fact, I see in the first year you impacted 11 families. The second year, 50+ families. You're now in your third year, and it's 200+ families. And that is what earned you the recognition of the 2014 New Jersey State Governor's Jefferson Award. That's an award that's sponsored by PNC Bank. What did that award mean to you and to your organization?
I think more than anything, it was a recognition of the foundation and all the people that support the foundation. I remember sitting in the audience and listening to all these great stories and people that give back to the community and pay it forward every day. And I remember looking at my girlfriend and my mom and thinking, are we in the right place? Should I be here? But it was a recognition of everybody's work, hard work, and dedication to the foundation. So it meant a lot to me because it was, recognizing them for all their support for the past few years.
And when you talk about them, one of the contributors, I'd say, to your organization is a younger generation. Generation Dream?
Yes. So last year, we have a board who serves 100% on a volunteer basis, the board of directors. Phenomenal people. One of them had the wonderful idea to create a youth group, kids from 6 years old to 18, and teach them about paying it forward and helping local families in our area who are battling cancer. And Generation Dream was created with, I think, a group of 22 kids. And right now, I think we're up to about 86 kids. And they manage their own events, create their own events. And last year, in half a year, because they started in June, they raised, I think, approximately $7,700. For families battling cancer.
You're not only making a difference for those families who are battling cancer, but you're making a difference for the families who you're bringing together. And you're teaching these children something, a life lesson that they're not going to learn anywhere else. So for that's got to mean a lot to you.
It means the world. It's nice to see when local businesses and families gather around the foundation because they know it's their neighbor or their aunt or somebody like that. But to see these kids who could be on a video game or doing any number of things, and they take time out once a month to meet with us and to attend events, create their own events. It's pretty special to see, write cards for patients, important stuff that, going through it, as I know, receiving those cards was just tremendous.
David, two important questions here for our viewing audience. First, how can people volunteer? And second, how can people get assistance if they need it?
We have an event interest form on our website, and it has volunteer opportunities for all our events. But there's also volunteer opportunities for daily stuff. Sometimes it may be going to pick up a prescription for somebody who can't get out of the house, a senior citizen or something. So literally I'll go to the local pharmacy, pay for the prescription for them, and could be drive it to them, to their house. And it's just a nice way to give back and others to kind of take part.
And people can go to your website? People
can go to the website www.davidsdreamandbelieve.org and get all the information. My contact information is on there. Our grant application can be forwarded to anybody who needs assistance in their time of need.
David Caldarella, founder and executive director, David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation. I want to thank you so much for sharing your story, but more importantly, for the great work that you're doing for citizens around this state who are in need and who you're touching. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by NJM, NJIT, PNC Bank, activists in cooperation with the American Medicine Chest Challenge, Steve and Elaine Pozicki, Qualcare Inc., and by the Russell Berry Foundation. Promotional support provided by NJ.com, Small News, Big News, True Jersey, and by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.